Hello, this is a special edition solar eclipse in Aries, new moon for 2024. This is Gretchen Heidel, full-time astrologer, going over all things eclipse that you need to know about. I'm going to go over different aspects of this eclipse because there's a lot going on behind the scenes. It's not just the eclipse that you've heard about. There's a lot of planetary activity going on behind the scenes too. I'm going to be going over a lot of the aspects around this eclipse and also what the forecast is for the astrological signs, so you won't want to miss that. However, please make sure that you watch the beginning of this video because I'm going to be going over a lot of the basics because this is not just April 8th when the eclipse takes place, but this eclipse has a 6-month lifespan. This big eclipse, you've probably heard, is a total eclipse of the sun. And the last time that this eclipse happened was back in 2017, not the same astrological sign, but it was the last time we had a total solar eclipse in the United States that was viewable. Now, the time before that was actually 1979, and the next time isn't going to be until the year 2044. So there's going to be a very long gap between this total solar eclipse and the next one. Yes, we have a lot of solar eclipses and we have a lot of lunar eclipses. In fact, you can have anywhere, I don't know, between like 3 and 7 per year, both in solar and lunar eclipses. But what's different about this is that it's a total eclipse. And of course, that's the big thing everybody's talking about, the big, kahuna. That's the money maker is what I keep calling it. Now, this is the pathway of the eclipse. If you live on, near, or around the pathway, you have totally heard about this, probably ad nauseum. So I'm just going to very quickly say the United States that are affected by this. The totality begins in Texas, then it's going to go through Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. And small parts of Tennessee and Michigan will also experience this eclipse. So, it's a big deal. Now, the last eclipse that we had in 2017, just to give you a perspective, this one's going to be even better than that 2017 eclipse. And I'm just talking about the astronomy here, because actually this one is 60% wider and 60% longer than that 2017 eclipse. So this is really quite a show-stopping eclipse. And in some locations, every location is different, the eclipse is going to last up to 4.5 minutes long, which is actually longer than the other eclipse. So this is a big, this is a big deal. Yes, we have this eclipse, and yes, the astronomy of it is fantastically wonderful. And as an astrologer, I'm always just happy when something pertaining to the sun, the moon, the stars, whatever is going to be making the news. I am just tickled pink because I think that's great. But we have a lot of other astrology going on behind the scenes, and I want to get to the astrology. So what's the big deal? So yes, there's eclipses all the time, and I always say all eclipses I feel are kind of created not equal, but they have whether it's total or partial or penumbral or all the different names that they have them, they all have energy. However, this eclipse really does truly have a lot of astrological energy behind it. I'm just going to show you the copy of the chart for this day, and this is the eclipse day on April 8th. By the way, I should say that it's going to be April 8th, 2024. It's going to be a super moon. We didn't know, a lot of people aren't even talking about that, but it's going to be a really, really big moon. So that, I think that's going to also help this totality situation. So it's super moon, meaning it's very, very close to the earth. New moons, solar eclipses always happen when the sun and the moon are in the same astrological sign. And in this case, they're both in Aries. And so they're both going to be in the same astrological sign, sun, moon, and they're going to be lining up. However, behind the scenes, there's even a lot more going on. The peak of it, the height of it, the pinnacle of it is 2:21 p.m. Eastern time. Now, I'm not talking about the eclipse here. I'm talking about when the moon is the most new. the peak of the new moon is 2:21 p.m. Eastern time. So the eclipse times, you're going to have to look up wherever you are to be able to see, because it's very specific. I mean, you know, within the minute, you know, and I don't want to say on this broadcast because, you know, it would be impossible to talk about all that, because you might even be able to see small part. It's not going to be a total eclipse, but let's say if you're in the Pacific Northwest of the United States, you'll be able to see, you know, maybe 20 or 40% of it. So it's not like as if it's not a total deal, it's not like as if you can't sort of see something. Just make sure you're wearing those glasses, because really, for real, that can hurt your eyes to stare at the sun like that. So you really want to be careful. I want to just show you very quickly the astrology behind this. This is all of the energy that's in Aries right now. Look at all that. That's a jam-packed situation. So the computer actually had to take some of these symbols and spread them out. So this is the whole Aries, you know, sort of setup right now. We have Mercury retrograde in Aries. We have Chiron in Aries. We have the moon in Aries. We have the sun in Aries. We have the north node of the moon in Aries. And we just recently, on April 5th, Friday, have Venus in Aries. So look at all of that energy that's all packed in there. So this moon is powered up and being pushed by all of this astronomy, which is really quite fascinating. So we have, just to give you the lineup, we have Mercury retrograde at 24 degrees, Chiron at 19 degrees, the moon at 19 degrees Aries, the sun at 19 degrees Aries, the north node of the moon at 15 degrees Aries, and then Venus at 4 degrees Aries. So you can see when I talk about these degrees, these are all the little degrees here. So you can see 19, 19, 19. They're all kind of jammed in there, and then even 15. They're all just jammed, packed in there. So it's a really, you know, powerful thing. Now, take note that I said that Chiron was at 19 degrees Aries. So I just got done saying that the new moon, the peak of it, the height of it, the pinnacle of it is 2:21 p.m. Eastern time. At the same time, the sun is going to form a conjunction with Chiron, and that's going to be 2:28 p.m. Eastern time. So you see, they're all three, Chiron, the sun, and the moon, are actually all aligning in Aries. So Chiron is something we need to heal, either physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. We need to heal something on some level. So this is going to be a very powerful, could be very healing moon. The other thing that's going on also behind the scenes is going to be the sun and Venus are going to form, the sun is going to form a semi-sextile to Jupiter, and Venus is going to form a semi-square to Jupiter. So Jupiter is getting pulled into this too. And I want to just show you guys the chart with Jupiter and Chiron, Jupiter and Uranus here. You can see are conjunct each other. They're going to be coming to a peak, by the way. These two are coming together exactly on 4/20, April 20th, 2024. But you can see, look at how close they are now. So when we talk about these big, large planetary energies, you know, you got to understand that behind the scenes, this is going on. So Jupiter is conjunct Uranus right now. So remember, we just had an earthquake in the New Jersey, New York area of the United States, and Uranus is involved in some of this. And the other thing is, it is known that that during pathways of eclipses, not just now, it's starting weeks ago, even before the last eclipse, which was March 25th, going all the way until 6 months from now at the next full moon, in Aries, which is going to be October 17th. So this eclipse of 2024 is going to be active for 6 months. That this pathway may be prone to having some natural disaster type stuff like earthquakes and fires and floods and you name it. Like it could be. And when we talk about the exactness, remember there's a big bubble that kind of goes around. There's distance circles and there's big bubbles that go around the pathway. So we want to really make sure that we're giving this some reverence and some importance. It's not everything. It's not all the stuff that's going on astrologically, obviously, because there's so much going on here behind the scenes of this chart. But Uranus, Jupiter is being pulled into this with the sun highlighting Jupiter, and also Venus highlighting Jupiter. Jupiter makes everything bigger. My goodness, we didn't need anything bigger, but I guess here we are. Now, also behind the scenes of this eclipse, will be coming to a peak on April 10th, 2024, is Mars is going to form a conjunction with Saturn. So we even have Mars and Saturn going on 13 and 14 degrees even at the time of this eclipse. See, they're very close together. The exact 2 days later after the eclipse has already peaked. But that's active behind the scenes too. So we have Mars and Saturn as well. Mars is the ruler of Aries. So Saturn is our life lessons and, you know, obstacles and delays and all kinds of things. And then it's associated with Aries. So this is a lot of energy, astrologically speaking. Now, I keep getting asked, is it okay to do magic, spells, manifestation work around the eclipse time? It is known that it is not a good time to do that. I've heard a lot of astrologers talking about, oh yeah, you can, but it is really known in magic and paganism and different cultures. You don't do things during the eclipse. Native Americans used to actually kind of hide and not, you know, be looking at eclipses and things like that. So it is not really considered to be an ideal time to do magic or do any kind of intention work. Think about it this way. It's chaotic sometimes. Eclipses can be a chaotic thing because, again, the one planet's energy is cutting off the other planet's energy for just a moment. It is a reboot. It is a restart. Now think about it like a computer, right? Sometimes if you have to reboot the computer, it doesn't come back on again. And so sometimes it can be an ending, something wrapping up, something completing. Aries, new moons, normally I would say, oh, go for this. This is the best new moon because Aries are all about new beginnings. Aries moons are all about new beginnings. And Aries new moons, which new moons are all about new beginnings, and especially in Aries, that's extra new beginnings, but it's an eclipse and Mercury's retrograde. And I would say skip this one because it's going to be so much energy behind the scenes. It's too chaotic. There's too much going on. The energy is very sort of somewhat scattered. It's focused and scattered at the same time. And so it's just a lot of energy. It would be actually better to wait. Now you might say, oh, but if it's a lot of energy, it's more powerful and therefore it's better to do it. No, it's too chaotic. It's kind of like going to a circus and then there's, you know, one of the animals got loose and then someone came in, you know, and threatened somebody and oh, is there popcorn? Like it's way too much. It's way too much energy and the energy is kind of spilling, you know, kind of here and there. It is a time when there could be violence on the planet. There could be stuff on the news. There could be, you know, a rising up of, you know, terrorism and things like that. Because remember, some people can handle this download of an energy that's like really powerful like this, and some people can't. You know, you get someone that has mental health issues or anger problems. This is Aries, by the way. This is Mars, by the way. This is a lot of energy in that kind of anger department. I mean, we could be feeling extra feisty. You know, I mean, for sure, this is a good time to come up with new ideas. And so what I'm telling people to do, instead of manifesting and working on you know, being proactive in reference to their intention work or their magic work or whatever they're doing, I'm telling people to sit and meditate, pray, be positive. You can align your thoughts, and that is a form of manifesting without having this chaotic energy. I wouldn't do it. I would wait till the dust settles, and I would end up doing the new moon manifestation list on the second chance new moon, which is actually on the following Monday on April 15th, 2024. Now, at that time, the moon will be in Cancer, and so that's a different energy. I get it. This is a different energy, and you have to do you, boo. But I'm just letting you know that's why. It's too chaotic. It's too chaotic. You're going to see on the news, there's going to be natural disasters, there's going to be, you know, potentially uprisings and things. And yeah, there's going to be wonderful people who are receiving beautiful downloads and all kinds of good ideas and things like that. Remember, we want to start those things after Mercury goes direct on April 25th. Okay, so I want to get to what does this mean for your individual sign. I'm going to kind of go through these quickly because I don't want this video to be too long. But I thought it would be really fun to talk about what your superpower is going to be, what rebooting you're going to have, what area of life is going to be affected for the next 6 months, or potentially if it's your birthday and this is taking place during your birthday time, it could be up to a year. You're going to be feeling this energy because it's going to be in your solar return birth chart. So I'm just going to jump in and talk about these 12 astrological signs. So make sure to either listen to your sun sign or your rising sign if you know it. Rising signs sometimes can, as far as the astrology forecast, can sometimes be even a little bit more accurate than the sun signs. Now, of course, if you have a friend, family member, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, that you want to watch theirs, hey, go for it. That's awesome. And make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. Aries, 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 you are under the microscope. So what your superpower is, and also what you need to heal is, because Chiron's involved with this, is yourself. Okay. So Aries, this is your time to shine. This is really time to think about putting yourself out there, being in the public. What do you want in life? Yes, we're not going to be, doing all this manifestation work necessarily, but we do want to think about what it is we want for our lives. And maybe it's even your superpower right now is to like do a reboot, a makeover, and how do you appear to other people? And I think it's going to be really important because it's yourself. Really, this is all about you, boo. And Aries, out of all the astrological signs, are really getting hit directly. You can see from that chart that I showed you all of the energy that's in Aries right now. So Aries are really at the heart of change. So this is like change, like kind of in totality, and so it's going to be a really good thing for you, and also healing as well. Okay, Tauruses, your superpower during this is going to be some kind of a spiritual awakening. You're going to be really being able to kind of look at yourself, your subconscious mind, your unconscious mind. What are all your little hidden patterns and things? Taurus, you have a little bit of a hard time listening to your intuition. Not that you're not intuitive, but you don't listen to your intuition. You guys tend to be one of the practical signs. So you tend to like, well, that doesn't make sense. I had a feeling, but I don't know. I didn't trust it. You guys say that to me a lot in my private sessions, Tauruses. So you guys are going to be getting a lot of downloads from your spirit guides, your guardian angels, and all that. And I think you guys need to really listen to your feelings. So your superpower during this is going to be some kind of spiritual download and also spiritual healing. Gemini, you guys, your superpower are your friends, your networking, your social circles, how you put yourself out there as far as like groups of people, your vibe, attracting your tribe, and you might be in for getting some new friends. Now, you could lose some friends during this too, and you might learn who your real friends are, but if they're not your real friend, you don't want them as a friend anyway, Gemini. So you're going to be a friend to others and also called upon by others for you to be their friend. There's going to be some healing around friendships for you, and you're really going to have this good opportunity to heal some of your social circle and really get your tribe in order, because you guys tend to really be friendship oriented or focused. Now, your superpower during this is that you're going to be getting a lot of kind of downloads as far as being able to maybe channel information, claircognizance, picking up on the vibe of what's going on. You're going to have some intuitive feelings of like, I should say this, I shouldn't say this, and those types of things. So follow your intuition on that. Cancers, your superpower during this whole thing is your ambition, your accomplishments, your motivation, like what you're meant to do here in this lifetime, and also to be able to really zero in and focus in on your work, either your actual career or your life's work or your mission behind the scenes of whatever it is that you like to do in your life. But this is time to put yourself out there this year. Like in this next 6 months, it is like go big or go home, especially when it comes to work and career. superpower is always, you know, you guys are pretty empathic Cancers, so your empathicness is going to be really ramped up, and there's a lot of healing that's being called in, and a lot of Cancers I know are healers, so this is going to be a big thing for you guys to heal, you know, being called to action to heal something. This could also involve a parent or an elder or somebody that might need your help. Leos, oh boy, Leo, you are in the area. Your superpower during this is really being able to put yourself out there in the public eye. Your marketing, your advertising, your publishing, if you do anything like that, if you do a TikTok channel or social media. Now, Leos, I don't usually have to tell them to, like, you know, put yourself out there, but every once in a while you need a reminder too, put yourself out there. And if you have any travel goals, Leo, you know, this is really a time that you could make certain trips happen, or really put a plan into place to travel or to do some kind of adventure. Now, your superpower during this is you're going to be able to really get a download during your dreams. So pay attention to yourself at night. Now, this does require, Leo, some good sleep hygiene 101. So you want to make sure that you're being able to sleep so that you can dream and that you can remember your dreams and things like that. Might be a good idea for you guys to have a dream journal next to your bed so that you can capture some of these wonderful ideas and these downloads. You're going to get a lot of symbology, a lot of, you know, maybe even prophetic dreams that come true. Leo or Leo rising, you guys are going to be really able to do that. It's pretty exciting. Now, Virgos, wow, you guys are in a very intense kind of cycle right now. This is all about some sexy and some intimacy, and your superpower during this, if you have any underlying psychic mediumship, being able to see, hear, feel, sense deceased loved ones or spirit, this could ramp up for you during this time. You might be getting visitation dreams, or really being able to tap into deceased loved ones that might come around you during this. There is something in your life that needs to be healed right now, possibly in your area of intimacy, and even possibly with money, because you guys have some money stuff happening right now, Virgos. Shared money, you know, meaning like maybe your spouse's money or something like that, or a loan or whatever it is, but there's some money stuff going on, and you really need to have a reboot in that area of life. All right, Libra, you are going to be healing once again your relationships. Libra, your life lesson is relationships, and during all this stuff, you guys are kind of getting, this is going to be opposing you, so this could be really kind of intense for you guys. And it almost, even though everybody else is experiencing as a new moon, this is really almost like a full moon for Libra. So something might be ending, something might be wrapping up, something might be completing in your life, but you know, it maybe needs to. And especially when it comes to your personal close, you know, partnerships, business partnerships, or relationships in general, you might be going through some kind of reevaluation during this. Now, your superpower during this is that you're going to be able to channel and experience sometimes other people's feelings and emotions during this. It's almost like an empathy, you know, or being empathic, more so than others. But really, this energy is about you listening more to yourself, because Libra, sometimes you listen too much to other people, and you really have to kind of download and listen to your own intuition, your own gut feeling, because your gut has been screaming at you, Libra, to either have you work on this relationship more, or you know, maybe get yourself out there if you're single, or maybe abandon this whole thing and not, you know, be wanting to do that. So that's a lot of hard work for Libras during this. Scorpio, you guys are literally healing yourselves. This is actually going to be in a very like healing position for you, Scorpio. You're literally going to be healing your physical body, whether it be through diet, exercise, taking a certain vitamin, or, you know, pursuing some kind of alternative, you know, medical thing or something. Your superpower during this is actually being able to, you know, really trust your gut instinct and your feelings about your body. And, you know, maybe you kind of got a hit that you need to be drinking more water, or that you need to go see a different doctor, or I should get a second opinion. Any of those types of hits that you get during this next 6 months, you're really going to be keyed in more to your body. Also, this is about you creating healthy habits in your life and being able to pursue those. If you've ever heard the expression, what is it, devils in the details, you're going to be very detail oriented, and you need to clean up some little, you know, kind of odds and ends, and cross your T's and dot your I's in this next 6 months, and you'll be able to do that. Okay, Sagittariuses, you guys have kind of a fun new moon. You are also a fire sign, so that's going to be fun too, because Aries is fire, Sagittarius is fire, so that's fun. Your superpower during this is you're going to be highly creative. You might be able to get some kind of really cool download in reference to your creativity. Also in your love area, you guys have some love and relationship stuff too, similar to Libras, but not quite as contentious. But you'll still be sort of, you know, kind of reevaluating. Now, Leos and Sagittarius and Aries all tend to seem to get really big downloads and hits, like in the gut kind of level. It's like an intuition for you guys comes very quickly. Sometimes Sagittarius can be a little unfocused and sort of not paying attention to their own gut feelings. So this is time for you to really focus on, you know what, when I first felt that thing, I felt like I shouldn't do it, or maybe that you should do it and you should lean into it more, whichever it is. But you are going to be having a heightened intuition, and your superpower during this is going to be really, you know, kind of identifying more of your passions and what you want to pursue in reference to love, children, relationships, or creativity. Now, when we come into Capricorn, Capricorn's nickname is the CEO of the zodiac. And really, Capricorn, you're the CEO of home and family right now. And your superpower right now is that you're going to be very tied in with a lot of people. So this is going to give you a little bit more empathicness, a little bit more intuition about people in your home, your family. If you have an intuitive hit in reference to, maybe I should change, you know, furnace filter, or maybe I should do these different things, or maybe I should sell my house, or buy a new house, or build a house, or do something. Your superpower during this is you're getting hits and little nudges to push you in this home and family area of life. And that is going to be a big major healing and also a big major reboot in that area. So that'll be exciting for you. Okay, Aquariuses, you guys are in the gift of gab area. You're getting a reboot in your area of communication, all forms of communication, writing, emailing, texting, calling, all the different things. And you're going to be learning how to communicate your ideas effectively. I really feel like during the next 6 months, you're going to be called to action, called to really step up, and maybe you have to sell yourself, or maybe you have to give a presentation at work, or maybe you're becoming a teacher, or some kind of a thing where you have to really speak your mind and let other people know your needs. Sometimes you guys can be little selfless in the fact of you will do what's good for everybody else, you know, or what's good for the group, or what's good for the greater good. And this is time for you to be able to express your own needs. And so really dig deep down, self-advocate, and also remember to learn how to do it with a feather, because communication is best heard and received when it's done in a sort of honest, straightforward, but also gentle way. So that's going to be your call to action during this, and that's going to be your superpowers. You're learning how to do that. Also, you might hear about, or you know, interact more with siblings or cousins or neighbors during this time. But you guys are really going to have this wonderful superpower, and you guys, by the way, get your information really, like, I feel like it comes right through your crown chakra. It comes right in. You get big downloads. And sometimes, Aquarius, you guys are one of the air signs. So sometimes you're very heady and you like to kind of make it logical, but really you have to remember to listen to your gut instinct. Pisces, you guys are going to be You're you're getting the reboot, the reset in your area of money, finances, all your personal stuff. You're really doing a lot with money right now, Pisces, whether it's getting a new job, getting a loan, doing some investing, growing your net worth. All of that stuff is Pisces superpower right now. So money is your superpower. How fun is that? Now, you guys are so super, super intuitive. So you have to just watch and make sure that you're really listening to your gut instinct when it comes to money matters. That is a big thing. Pisces are the feelers. So if it doesn't feel good, then I would say don't do it, because it's not the right thing for you or for your bottom line pocket. I hope you guys enjoyed the solar eclipse special edition 2024. It's really exciting stuff. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share with a friend that you think this might help, and enjoy this new moon total solar eclipse in Aries. Thanks for watching.